Hey there, welcome to my channel B&B Update Us 24. Bill has no excuses when Liam's rescue goes awry. After Luna Nozawa's outburst, Liam Spencer's rescue will go awry, leaving Bill Spencer with no justifications, according to the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers preview video for the week of July 7th to 11th. John Finnegan and Lee Finnegan's most recent hospital chat, in which Lee has been blaming Poppy Nozawa for Luna's outcome, opens B&B's weekly promo. Even though Luna wasn't necessarily born nasty, Finn still can't have her close to his family because of how far she's gone. Naturally, Finn and Lee are unaware that Luna has gotten even more insane. After Luna and Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, fought at the beach home, a gunshot was just heard. Fans of B&B will soon learn that Sheila was shot, meaning that in the upcoming episodes, her life will be in jeopardy. The same is true for Liam, who plans to storm into the beach home in the hopes of saving Steffy Forrester. Liam will also be shot, so that rescue will go very wrong. Finn and other hospital staff will respond when several gunshot victims are taken into the hospital later this week. In addition to Sheila and Liam, there will be a third person shot. Could Steffy have the upper hand and shoot Luna to stop her? In any event, because of all the injuries that occur, some dangerous surgeries will be performed. Lee struggles to extract a bullet in the operating room with Bridget Forrester by her side in the weekly preview video for the show. Since Bill was the one who freed Luna from prison, he will likely encounter some outrage. After they receive updates on all the crazy Luna news, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes will undoubtedly attack Bill. "I shall live the rest of my life regretting it, and I have no justifications," Bill says in the promotional video. Bill has a lot of regrets, but all he wants is a chance to see Liam after his son's terrible experience. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam will live through the gunshot, but one of the other victims won't survive surgery. Steffy's horror, Liam's rescue, and other shootings. Spoilers for Tuesday, July 8, 2025, are available for The Bold and the Beautiful. Liam Spencer will undoubtedly rush to the art school, fans can anticipate. There will be 2 more shootings, regrettably. In addition, Steffy Forrester Finnegan responds horrified to everything that occurs. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Sharp shot, Sheila Carter. First, let's talk with Luna, who got into a fight with Sheila about the pistol. The grandma, a former villain, is sympathetic to Luna's suffering. She is aware, though, that Luna will either die or return to prison. With Steffy and John Finnegan, Sheila has always desired a means of obtaining genuine atonement. See what transpired in the most recent B&B episode by reading this. Despite Sheila's best efforts, she has never been able to win the Forrester family's trust. Even though Sheila saved Kelly Spencer's life, Steffy didn't show any sympathy for her. Of course, requesting forgiveness is a very difficult task considering Sheila's past. The horror of Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Steffy is going to be appalled. It was just accepted by everyone in Steffy's life that Sheila and Luna were working together. But no one noticed Sheila's intense efforts to steer her granddaughter in the correct direction. Unfortunately, Luna shot her own grandmother since she didn't listen. Is Sheila going to survive? How will Luna handle murdering the one person who truly supported her? Check out these spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Katie discovers true love under her nose with the rescue mission of Liam Spencer. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam will be hurrying to the art school in the upcoming episode. Since being diagnosed with a brain tumor, the dying man has been on a quest to keep his family safe from Luna. That was Liam's obsession. Luna probably shoots Liam when he comes through the door before realizing he's Bill Spencer's son. Bill will never be able to overlook something like this. We do not yet know the identity of the third shooting victim. Don't expect Liam and Luna to be killed off just soon, as they are both continuing filming till September. It sounds as though Sheila might be eliminated. Since she married Deacon Sharp, Sheila has been a great person. But it has been impossible to find redemption with Steffy and Finn. It's possible that death is the only way Sheila may be fully forgiven. After Sheila is shot, she collapses, and Liam takes a bullet to save Steffy. According to Tuesday, July 8 spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila Sharp will pass out following the recent incident. Let's discuss the drama that will unfold in Tuesday's B&B episode, as Liam Spencer will also be shot in an attempt to save Steffy Forrester. Sheila attempted to take the gun from Luna Nozawa, but a gunshot just went off at the beach home. Sheila will collapse to the ground in medical difficulty, so it won't be long before it is revealed that she was the one injured. When Luna points the gun at Steffy next and threatens to pull the trigger, Steffy will flinch. Before realizing that something is amiss at the beach house, Liam had a beautiful phone conversation with Hope Logan. In the end, Liam will dash through the door and risk his life in an attempt to save Steffy. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna's scheme will fail and she will be left in a bind. There will be a third victim among all of this chaos, in addition to Liam, who will sustain his own gunshot wound. Would Luna herself find herself in a potentially fatal circumstance? Steffy may be able to defend herself and put an end to this horror if she can remove the gun from Luna. In any case, Steffy's family will become more worried as they attempt to find Luna. Bill Spencer will be held accountable for setting up Luna's pardon once everyone has information about how she started this beach home commotion. In order to prepare for the upcoming urgent procedures, Sheila, Liam, and victim number 3 will be taken to the hospital by the middle of the week. The medical team that begins work in the upcoming episodes will include Grace Buckingham, Lee Finnegan, and Bridget Forrester. Don't miss what's coming up on the CBS soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful, as spoilers indicate that John Finnegan will be devastated by all the upsetting news. The explosive rumor that Dr. Grace Buckingham, who was previously mostly known as the controlling mother of Paris and Zoe, may be concealing a much darker secret, that she is surreptitiously drugging Liam Spencer, the perennially conflicted Forrester-adjacent heartthrob, has viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful giddy. The concept initially appears to be pure soap opera sensationalism, but as you follow Liam's recent erratic behavior, abrupt memory loss, and emotional instability, the pieces start to fit together in an unsettlingly consistent manner. Grace's sudden arrival in Los Angeles seems far too handy to be a coincidence, as she is a certified therapist and medical practitioner with the expertise and ability to subtly alter someone's mind and body. The audience will remember that Grace came on the scene with the aim of making sure her children didn't end up with the wrong guys. However, what if her motivations have changed from being a parental concern to something darker, like planning psychological manipulation for retaliation or personal gain? Although Liam has always struggled with choosing between Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester, his recent emotional breakdowns and tone-deaf choices, such as revealing emotions at the most inconvenient times or unjustifiably snapping at loved ones, feel more like the signs of someone who has been secretly drugged than normal indecision. Is it possible that Grace is experimenting with mood-altering drugs or low-dose sedatives that were either supplied by a dishonest chemist or placed into Liam's drinks? Not to mention her ties to Reese Buckingham, the infamous physician who abducted Hope's child and sold her to Steffy, a convoluted familial history of unethical medical practice that looms large. Perhaps Grace has an ally in the Forrester camp who wants Liam eliminated as a romantic threat, or she may be seeking retribution against the Logans for what happened to Zoe, who fled town in shame. Online, fans have conjectured that Liam's glazed eyes, memory lapses, and emotional flatlining could be caused by benzodiazepines or even experimental psychotropics, rather than just tragedy or stress. Strangely, Grace's scenes have been vague, hinting at her involvement behind the scenes but never revealing it outright. She was spotted observing Liam from the other side of Illinois Giardino in a recent episode, with an inquisitive vial in her pocketbook and a mysterious grin on her face. Is this the first visual cue that she is planning his downfall? Although this is not the first time a villain in a soap opera has used drugs to manipulate a character, Grace's composed, businesslike manner makes her far more deadly. Grace has the greatest advantage since, unlike stereotypical villains, she fits in with the background of everyday life as a doctor with access to prescription drugs, medical information, and private talks. The moment is ideal for someone like Grace to take over since Liam is becoming more and more alone, Hope is drifting away, Steffy is back with Finn, and even Bill Spencer is more preoccupied with his personal problems. It's unclear if she's operating independently or as a part of a wider plot, but one thing is certain, Liam's spiral into bewilderment and despair has all the signs of outside intervention. Is Grace working with Thomas Forrester, who has a lengthy history of manipulating people and once courted Hope using a mannequin? Or is she collaborating with Sheila, who has made a comeback to the area and enjoys chaos? Or is Grace using Liam as a live case study to test behavioral control in a perverse psychological experiment rather than as a target for retaliation? The consequences are enormous and the issues are limitless, particularly if Hope learns that her estranged husband is not just a weak man who can't choose between two women, but has been the victim of mind-altering substances. If the truth is revealed, it might ruin Liam's image as well as the reputations of the whole Logan, Spencer, and Forrester clans, leading to legal action, arrests, and institutional repercussions. The subtlety of Grace's plan: no overt threats, no mustache-twirling rants, just a steady, creeping loss of Liam's autonomy that nobody recognized until it was too late, may be the most unnerving aspect of it all. This plotline would be a terrifying, realistic shift towards psychological thriller terrain in a soap opera genre that is notorious for its exaggerated drama. Fans are speculating wildly, the clues are piling up, and if B&B embraces this turn, it might be the year's most interesting plot. Is Liam Spencer being drugged by Dr. Grace Buckingham in secret? If so, The Bold and the Beautiful is set to embark on one of its most intricate and cunning plots ever, transforming a supporting character into the main antagonist and leaving viewers in shock and addiction for weeks to come. Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, are now infatuated with the question: why is Dr. Grace Buckingham so strangely and profoundly involved with Liam Spencer's medical care and mental health? There is a lot of conjecture among viewers that Grace's care goes beyond professional, parental, or ethical considerations. Something seems strange, and many are beginning to believe that Grace might actually be acting under blackmail. Paris Buckingham's mother, who was once strict and critical and who frequently pushed her daughters towards what she deemed to be appropriate love relationships, has shown an oddly sympathetic but invasive interest in Liam's deteriorating mental health. Furthermore, her newfound involvement is inconsistent with her previous personality. She is now composed, patient, and fiercely protective of a man she hardly knows. Why? What may she benefit from? Or, more significantly, what is it that she fears losing? Viewers have theorized that Grace is acting under pressure from outside sources rather than out of goodness of heart or clinical obligation because of her over-attention to Liam, who has recently shown signs of psychological disintegration, including disorientation, erratic emotional responses, and unsettling episodes of paranoia. Does someone have her prior transgressions or secrets hanging over her head? Since her ex-husband, Reese Buckingham, was notoriously involved in the baby switch scandal that devastated Hope Logan and Liam Spencer's lives for months, we already know that the Buckingham family has a history of morally dubious behavior. Is Grace covering up her own transgressions, or is she making amends for Reese's? Maybe she committed a malpractice episode in the past that someone, perhaps Thomas Forrester, Sheila Carter, or perhaps Bill Spencer, discovered and is now using as blackmail, or maybe her medical license was gained under false pretenses. Grace's frequent attendance at Liam's therapy sessions in spite of the lack of a proper reference, her insistence on personally observing his progress, and her enigmatic phone calls outside the hospital where she speaks in low voices only to cut off the connection as someone passes by are all indications. Grace's hands were clearly shaking when she was spotted clutching Liam's medical file in her office after hours in a recent moment that struck viewers in shock. This was no casual case management. It's a personal matter. But who is she working for? The most terrifying possibility is that one of B&B's many shady characters is forcing Grace to either control Liam's treatment, possibly to discredit him, disqualify him from custody disputes, or even drive him towards a mental breakdown, or to conceal a secret that would ruin her if it were revealed. Is Sheila going to be the puppet master once more? She thrives on controlling others in positions of authority, and Grace would be the ideal instrument given her access to medical care. Or is it Thomas, who has a long-standing obsession with Hope and would have every reason to believe that Liam is mentally ill or discredited in order to clear his own path? It's also possible that Grace's blackmailer has nothing to do with Liam and is someone from her past, like a former patient or co-worker who may know something sensational that may not only destroy her but also bring Paris and Zoe into disrepute once more. The fact that Grace gets defensive when asked about Liam is what makes people even more suspicious. Fans saw Grace's eyes dart and her posture stiffen as she avoided answering Steffy Forrester's casual question about why she was so worried, citing vague references to medical ethics and not wanting to see another young man fall through the cracks. This was the body language of someone hiding something, not just mourning a patient's decline. Grace's abrupt change of heart for the Logans is also questionable. She used to criticize Hope for not being suitable for her daughter, But now she is justifying Hope's decision to distance herself from Liam as understandable, almost as though she is sowing the seeds for Hope to leave Liam forever, which would be the ultimate goal for any potential suitor. Is it the intention of her blackmailer? What's the endgame, if any? Some fans on social media and forums now think that Grace might be changing Liam's treatment plan or giving him mood stabilizers under the pretense of prescribed adjustments, gradually pushing him in the direction of emotional instability, not to hurt him directly, but to change public perception and legal records in the event of a conservatorship hearing or custody dispute. Someone with inside knowledge who can sway medical records and assessments would be necessary for such a plan, and Grace is the ideal candidate. However, what if she's attempting to keep Liam safe? What if, unless Grace keeps him in psychiatric treatment, the blackmail threatens to reveal his darkest secret, so preventing him from discovering a secret? There's even a more sinister idea that says Grace is keeping Liam in a drugged state to hide what he saw. Maybe he knows more about a recent crime or scandal than he thinks, and his mental confusion isn't a coincidence, but rather a tactic to prevent him from remembering or speaking. As an unwilling participant attempting to protect herself and Liam from forces well beyond her control, Grace would become less of a villain and more of a tragic person. Grace's enigmatic dedication to Liam is starting to appear more like an emotional trap than a legitimate professional concern in a program where loyalty, treachery, and covert objectives are commonplace. The tension is growing regardless of whether she is a puppet master, a pawn, or something else entirely. Given that Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester are making a comeback into the main family drama and that Thomas is attempting to reintegrate into Hope's life, the discovery that Grace is being blackmailed may be the catalyst that sends shockwaves through all three of the legacy families. If it turns out that Liam's therapist was compromised the entire time, just think of the courtroom scenes, the family arguments, and the professional repercussions. Grace might lose her reputation, her license, and even the faith of her kids, particularly Paris, who has already established a precarious foundation in Los Angeles. Elite. The last query, if Grace is being blackmailed, is what will happen if she stops complying? Will she put herself in legal danger by confessing everything in order to release Liam from her subpar care? Or, when her blackmailer tugs more strings, will she double down and move more into the morally dubious area? One thing is certain: as viewers continue to analyze every scene with forensic rigor, Grace Buckingham's role in Liam's treatment is no longer merely a supporting narrative point. Rather, it may serve as the focal point of a season-ending turn. Furthermore, the only thing more hazardous than her silence if she is being blackmailed is the reality. The heartbreaking breakdown that Bill had by Liam's hospital bed. After Luna Nozawa shoots his son, Bill Spencer seems ready to lose it at Liam Spencer's hospital bedside, according to spoilers and updates for The Bold and the Beautiful. It appears that Liam will be one of the 3 characters shot over the week of July 7th to 11th. Bill will feel accountable for the shooting. Bill feels accountable for the entire terrifying situation, and he was able to get Luna to pardon him. Liam may need life-saving surgery if he is shot while attempting to defend Steffy Forrester. Bill will be devastated when he learns of the situation. Bill will undoubtedly feel responsible for Liam's injuries because he was involved in Luna's pardon. B&B spoilers indicate that in addition to everything else, Bill may discover the heartbreaking news of Liam's incurable brain tumor, since there is a harsh reality about Liam that must be faced. As Bill struggles with everything that is going on, this realization can cause a surge of emotions. Bill admits that everyone is entitled to be angry at him. Bill will realize that everyone has every reason to be angry with him in the July 11th episode. Bill will completely understand the wrath aimed at him, since he will be equally furious with himself for helping Luna obtain her freedom. Bill will stress, though, that for now, there is only one thing that's really important to him. His only concern will be seeing Liam, and once Liam recovers from his emergency surgery, he should be permitted to visit. Bill will probably lose it at Liam's hospital bedside, since we expect him to have some emotionally intense sequences in the future. Bill may break down and start crying at Liam's bedside. Bill may shed a few tears and express his sincere apologies for letting Luna loose on his loved ones. Bill may beg his son to come back to him if Liam stays in a coma for an extended period of time. Bill might encourage Liam to get up and work towards more family time, despite his worries that the tumor may not give them much time left. Given that Grace Buckingham is suddenly being chased by someone by phone, there may be an unexpected twist in the works. There must be more going on underneath the surface because Grace is so determined to get Liam the care he needs. Is Grace involved in another Reese Buckingham scandal? Grace's attempts to move on from her ex-husband and Dr. Reese Buckingham's, Wayne Brady, battle with gambling addiction have been discussed. She could still become involved in some of his problems, though. Fans will remember the major commotion that followed, including an unlawful adoption scam that led to Beth Spencer being put with Steffy after it was thought she had passed away. Liam's hospital stay may reveal some unspoken facts about Grace, especially in relation to the medications she is giving him and any false information she may have given about the tumor. Keep an eye out for the heartwarming moments that are about to happen, since spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Bill may confess his feelings at Liam's bedside.